Greetings. Time to buckle up. President Trump has suspended or with pay, but has told the diversity, equity, and inclusion offices and employees of the federal government not to come to work. That could be not completely accurate, but that's what I thought I read. President Trump is implementing equality under the law and under practice. President Trump has ended affirmative action, which was signed into practice under executive order by President Lyndon Johnson in 1960, probably 64 or 65, something like that, because he was president between the very end of 63 after Kennedy was assassinated through the actually early 1969, but the election was in 1968. Affirmative action in intent was an attempt to recognize the discrimination that had happened for years and years and years and years against Black Americans. It was understood, it was even explained by President Kennedy that affirmative action was active discrimination against for white people, for Black people, because in order to try to counterbalance the discrimination that had happened before. All, okay, not enough discussion about that, and no end date. 1964, 65, this is 2025. 60 years of that. And it has morphed into diversity, equity, and inclusion, where white men, straight white men particularly, need not apply and will be bypassed, where standards are lowered. This is not a debate. This is what's happened. Women are put into positions in the military and in firefighting, for examples. They don't have to meet the standards men have to meet. Discrimination after 60 years needed to end 55 years ago. But we won't discuss what needed to happen. We'll discuss what's happening. Buckle up, because there are already people filing suit anyway, against this presidential executive order. Let's have it. Bring the case. Let's have a national discussion, actual real discussion on how do we address the long historical discrimination against Black Americans, specifically, with the idea that we should and are actively and willingly discriminating against people now because of race and sex and sexual orientation. Only the ones we're discriminating against are white men, straight white men. Let's have the discussion. How American is it for discrimination based on race and sex and sexual orientation? What do you do with that? Because it is un-American, it is unconstitutional, it is against the law. Is it time? Perhaps it's time. It is time for us to lay out a different way than the one we've been doing, because this diversity, equity, inclusion has been undermining American society and American people, including those as a group who supposedly benefit from it. Individuals have made buck. Some of these people make a lot of money, and they have secure jobs, and they get career advancements. And they're the women, like the ones who are head of the LA fire department, who look like I'm sorry, I won't say that. But they don't look like they're firefighters. Time to discuss, time to roll up the sleeves and really have at it. Democrats, liberal progressives, do any of you have the courage of your convictions? We want you involved, but we want to know whether you are for your discriminatory practices or whether you are for American values. You have no credibility. Show us what you're for and join us in trying to forge a way forward that actually does a better job than the way we've been going through. Today, do it today. Instead of being hissy fit and screeching from the sky, jump, 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 jump. Stop doing that. We are done with that. Stop it. Join the discussion. We need it. Let's have it. Son of Liberty 2020, amliberty2020 gmail.com. See you next time.